Hey everyone, today I'm going to be unlocking Blue Mage, seeing what that's all about. But before we do that, I'm going to finish up my quests in Pyros. Did a lot of Eureka this past weekend, like a week ago, and I got to level 50 and I finished all of my steps for the relic weapon. So I should be able to go and turn in the last step and see what my new relic looks like. Alright, I did see the quest objective somewhere around here. So I'll go to this Ethernet shard right here. See if I can remember where I saw it. Hey, pawn shop. Finishing up Eureka, and then I'll be doing the Blue Mage unlock. Gotcha, pawn shop. Good luck with work. Hey, Deny. So glad we can walk past those dragons now. Those are so annoying to get by in Pagos. I think my quest objective was... maybe it was the other way. I think it's the path to the left of here where I saw it. Here it is. Oh, this thing's trying to attack me. Center of the confluence of Aether, you find a shimmering stone magicite. As you kneel to retrieve it, the confluence dissipates. Get out of here. Now we can return to Cryo. Here we are. Welcome back. I take it you have a magicite for me. And Ijeko was nowhere to be found, was he? Not that I expected us to to get that lucky again. As for me and my research, I think I'm getting closer and closer to understanding Grandfather's intent in reversing the flow. You'll forgive me if I refrain from divulging my theories until I'm more confident, though. I wouldn't want to look the fool. Cool. Next quest. It's so simple, Jaguar. How could I have not seen it earlier? It's a massive ward, one which encompasses the whole of the isle. By diverting the ethereal currents as they did, Grandfather and the others transformed the Isle of Val into an arcane ward. That was only in the beginning, for what Grandfather later realized was that by inverting the pattern and reversing the ethereal flow, the primal could be slowly drained of aether, eventually killing it once and for all. Smart. How to explain... it's like your magia board. Yes, imagine the entire Isle of Val as one giant magia board. Not exactly, of course. Close enough. Every confluence marks a blockage in the ethereal flow, reducing the effectiveness of the board. But with every blockage removed, the effectiveness increases, and the ward holding the primal in place goes stronger. On second thought, that's not at all similar to the magia board, but never mind that. The important thing is that removing the blockages is key to strengthening the ward. To that end, we've made great strides. But as it was with Pagos and Animos before, we cannot simply clear the smaller blockages and call it a day. To completely restore the flow within a given region, we need to, in essence, align certain key points. Were I to return to my rather poor metaphor of a magia board, these would be analogous to pieces of magicite, perhaps. Naturally, given the scale of the ward in question, these would need to be far larger than the pieces in our possession. For a region the size of Pyros, we would need at least for what? Oh, 4 aetherite crystals? Aetherites. Yeah, there's 4 here. Aetherites. By the 12, for whatever inexplicable reason, I simply cannot help but miss the most obvious solution. I wonder if this is why the founders were so devoted to the study of aetherite technologies, all the while they were constructing an aethernet that served a secret purpose. Using the aetherites to destroy the primals. I'm glad you're here to show me the light, Jaguar. What was that? Gods, for a moment I thought that was an earthquake. It's a disturbance in the ether, but this doesn't make any... Oh no, we have to go to the proto-aetherite right now. Some other people running around. Oh yeah, this was in Animos, I think. No, this is all wrong. It was working perfectly fine before. How could this have happened? How indeed. Wait, no, this is in the cave in Pyros. Jekka, what have you done? I knew it. I knew you were evil. I've removed a rather vexing impediment from the question. The proto-aetherite was integral to the ward. You knew, and yet you helped me to understand, Ijeka. As if either of you ever could. No, I think I'll let him do the talking. It's the masked dude. Breaker of chains, thou hast kept the faith. The covenant is forged. Bare, just and true, hand worthy to wield the blade. And what a magnificent blade it is, pure aether by my reckoning. Perhaps the finest blade ever forged, all that I have wanted and more. Wait, so he was just collecting all of that magicite to make a weapon? Such strength is now mine to command, to use as I see fit. Is this the power that sets your heart racing, O brave and beloved adventurer, when you hold your enemy's life in your hands? This isn't you, Ijeka. Don't you see? This primal is clouding your mind. So that might be why he's glowing. He's been tempered by the primal. But it looks like the hooded guy is doing it. Oh dearest Kryl, you could not be more wrong. I see it all so clearly now. With open eyes have I welcomed this power into my being. Welcomed the glory of Eureka into my heart. In the light he walketh, and in light abideth. Wait, this is Eureka? This is the primal? As did the one before, who tried and failed to lay us low. But now we have a champion. Oh, Ijeka, don't do this. Don't let it make you its thrall. I am, and ever will be, my own master, Kryl. I will wait for you within the tower, at its prison, but be warned, I will not wait forever. He's just gone. No teleport animation, no portal or anything. He's just gone. I don't know what to do. Gotta go fight him. That's what we gotta do. That's like the Warrior of Light solution to everything. Beat it up, kill it. I don't know what to do. Even after reinforcing the frame, it's not enough to stabilize the internal components. At this rate, we'll never get it up and running again. Even if we were in the Charlian motherland, perhaps, I'd have all the necessary equipment at my disposal. But it's on the other side of the world. Not only did Ijeka destabilize the regional Aethernet, I fear he may have shattered the Ward Grandfather and all the others put in place. If so, then there's nothing stopping Eureka from feeding upon the ethereal currents. Eventually, it'll be strong enough to shatter the barrier encompassing our headquarters, and once that happens, it's all over. He's succumbed to the Primal's influence, hasn't he? I don't want to believe it, but after everything he said and did... How could we come to this? Just when it felt like we were so close to getting things right. If ever there was a time I wished Grandfather were here to offer his advice. Another vision. It's of this room. Gods, I can barely keep my eyes open. If I have to spend another night slaving away for the sake of ethereological experiments. Someone so exhausted, you clearly have enough energy to whine. As if it's not taking its toll on you, too. I can see it in your face, and hear it in your increasingly curt instructions. What you call curt, I call efficient. If you're so concerned about whiling away the hours, you could spare me the idle chit-chat and leave me to my work. Not all of us can coast on reputation and God's given blessings. Jaika, I'm not looking for another fight. I'm here to help. You can help by being anywhere but here. I have matters well in hand and do not require your assistance whatsoever. Oh, you mean now that we've solved those thorny problems which drove you to come to me in the first place? Why am I not surprised that, once again, you're pushing me away the moment you no longer have need of me? Ugh, I knew this was gonna happen. Did you now? Then why did you come here? By the 12, Ichika, I don't hate you. I've never hated you. You're exhausting and annoying and rude and a bloody pain to work with. But you're also driven and clever, and God's help me, I actually enjoy your company. And I think your research has merit, and I want to see you succeed. Is that really so hard to believe? If you're going to stay, then you should at least make yourself useful. Oh, Cryo, Ichika, you two truly do make a wonderful pair. We do not. That's a fun dynamic between the two of them. Judging from that vacant stare of yours, I can only assume that you are just walking in my memories. He's always been like that, I suppose. Ever eager to take on the most challenging work, ever unwilling to admit he needs help unless pressed, and then quick to dismiss it after the fact. Someone like me, someone who's accustomed to navigating social circles and being mindful of what people think, his complete and utter disregard for the opinions of others was, quite frankly, admirable. In a sense, I envied him. I shouldn't be thinking about him like this, like he's forever lost to us. We must carry on and do what must be done when the time comes. I'm going to need time to reevaluate our situation and determine the best course of action. Alright, next quest is level 50. That should be the last one I need. Let's take stock of what we know. A deiform entity named Eureka was imprisoned within the central tower, the headquarters of the students of Baldessian, by means of a complex arcane ward spanning the entirety of the Isle of Val. Said ward was then modified by Grandfather and the other founders to slowly drain Eureka of considerable ether, eventually killing it once and for all. However, with the proto-aetherite no longer operational, the ward has been broken, perhaps permanently. Without the ward to bind or drain it of aether, Eureka can feed on the ethereal currents to regain its strength and eventually break free of the barrier surrounding our headquarters. Assuming Eureka dates back to the time of Alec, defeating it in the traditional manner would ensure that it never returned, as those who summoned it forth are long dead. Yet Grandfather and the others instead elected to imprison it here on the Isle. The question is, why? If for some reason slaying it is not an option, then we would need to restore the original ward. Alas, without the proto-aetherite, I cannot see a means to do so. Simply put, we have no good options. That said, we cannot simply throw our hands up and do nothing, can we? I should like to think we are of one mind in that respect. So, in the spirit of trying something, anything, regardless of how ineffectual it may prove, I would like you to first help me tie up a loose end. I've detected another confluence in East Flame Rock, the last piece of magicite still clogging the ethereal arteries of Pyros, I suspect. I'd like you to go and collect it for me. Please. East Flame Rock. Alright. There's a bunch of high levels in that direction, so I'm gonna need to get past them. Let's see. Don't think we have any type of stealth ability here. Do this. There's a 70% chance if I die I'll automatically get revived. And then put in Wisdom of the Arcane to increase my healing magic. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can find this next piece of magicite. hope it's not that direction, because there's some really dangerous stuff in there. Something tells me it might be. Gonna check around. I'm gonna check everywhere else but that direction first, just to make sure. If it is out here, then I don't need to go in there. Okay, these enemies out here aren't as high level as I thought. Little dead end over here to the north. Maybe it's in there. No, not over here. Up this direction. There's a forge over here. I'm not sure what it's used for. Forge in Pagos was used for the relic weapon, but it's not used for the relic here. So I wonder what it's for. Maybe it's this way. Yeah, here it is. Center of confluence of Aether, you find a shimmering stone, magicite. As you kneel to retrieve it, the confluence dissipates. Cool. I'll use return to get out of here. Good, you've returned. I hope your trip was uneventful. And with that, We have the final magicite of Pyros. Thank you so much for this and everything else you've done for me. I've been thinking, Jaguar, if the ward is the best means by which we may contain and defeat Eureka, then we must restore it. And we must do so without the proto-aetherite we cannot repair. And so I propose to you, what if we were to instead construct a new focal point to replace the void left by the proto-aetherite? I'm quite serious. If we were to utilize the magicite we have collected thus far, I believe we could construct a facsimile to serve in the aetherite's place. I won't lie, doing this will take significant time and resources, materials and manpower, that we lack at present. Even so, I think this is our best option. To achieve this, we'll also need to redirect the ethereal streams to fuel the process, to immerse the magicite in a torrential flood of aether, namely the endless font rising from Pagos. Whether or not this is even possible is another question altogether. Therefore, I'd like you to perform a simple test for me. The magicite I've given you has been specially treated to facilitate the absorption of aether. I want you to take it to the cavern of the second Kant, which is directly above the fumarole of Pagos. Hold it above the ethereal font and observe how it reacts. Then return to me and report your findings. Thank you. Oh no, I have to go down to this cavern. That also has very high level enemies in it. Gotta sneak past these enemies. Wait, is it in here? I don't see it that way. I'm assuming it's in this curvy part down here. As long as I can outrun this guy, I should be fine. The rest of these seem pretty easy to sneak by. So this is the stream. This must be down here. There it is. Nice. Avoided all the wolves. The endless font of aether rising from Pagos far below continues into the skies above. I think this is the geyser that was in Pagos. In mere moments, the treated magicite grows bright and warm as it reacts to the torrential stream of aether, as Cryo hoped it would. Okay, now I just have to get back to Cryo without dying. Because my return is on cooldown. Don't seem to be able to catch up to me on my mount, so I should be fine as long as I don't stop, as long as I don't dismount. Okay, I'm safe. Everything out here is low levels. Cool. Please tell me you've come bearing good news. What a relief. The method I envisioned for constructing an aetheryte facsimile to restore the ward should be viable. And with that, I believe we have once again come to the end of our time together. As I mentioned before, this process will require significant time and resources, which we lack at present, so there's nothing else you can contribute to our expedition for now. I should say, though, that the next stage of our expedition may well be our last. If we can't gain access to our headquarters soon, then we may be too late to stop Eureka, and then... But I'll refrain from grim predictions and the like, especially when I should like to think that it will not come to that. We're coming for you, Ejika. Yeah. We've reached the conclusion of this chapter of the Eureka's expedition. To continue the expedition, speak to Rodney at Pier Number 1 in Kugani to travel to the Forbidden Land, Eureka Hydados. Awesome. I've unlocked the final area of Eureka. Alright, now I gotta talk to Geralt and get my Eureka weapon upgraded. Cool. Here's the thing, lad. Before I take my hammer to this weapon of yours, there's an important question I need to put to you. I poured a lot of blood and sweat and tears into this beauty, and pushed her to her limits. If you want to push her further, you're gonna have to make a choice. Her core attributes can be strengthened, aye, but in exchange, I'll have to strip her of certain secondary properties, you might say. It's not all bad, though. If I've got the right of it, we should be able to tweak her a little after the fact, though that'll require no shortage of materials as well. Any road, last chance. You sure you want to go through with this? Yep. Right then, as long as you're going in with the eyes wide open. Nice. Bugger me, we've outdone ourselves yet again. We've milked the half-frozen, half-smoldering lifeblood of Pyros, and with it forged a masterpiece. You hold in your hands the zenith of what this god's forsaken hellhole's got to offer. I give ye the Pyros Astrometer. So, as I mentioned before, I had to strip your weapon of secondary properties in order to push our core attributes beyond her limits. I hope you're pleased to hear that there's a simple method by which you might imbue it with the properties you lost, if not still better ones. Give over that kettle I gave you in Pegos, would you? Well, this must be where the forge comes in. That ought to do. I've made a few modifications that should enable it to soak up the unique energies of Pyrus. You're welcome, by the way. Once it's brimming with vitiated aether, I'll need to seek out another crystal forge and use it like before. The one in Pagos won't do. I reckon there's one around here, though I'm damned if I know where to look. Well, I already found it, so that's good. Any road. Once you've got a stock of smoldering protean crystals, you can use them in conjunction with the neem works to enhance your weapon further. It comes with a manual, by the way, so if you're feeling responsible, maybe take a look before you get started. Eh? Why can't you use vitiated aether crystals in Pagos? Bugger me, what do I look like? Bleeding aetherologist? No use killing the messenger, lad. You want a convoluted explanation as to why you gotta jump through a new set of hoops eerily similar to the last? Go and ask Miss Cryo. Hells, I just did that not long ago, and she buried me in a mountain of gibberish and equations. All I took away from it is that only the vitiated aether of Pyros would do. Made me feel like a bleeding idiot, to be honest. Actually, given that you're no aetherologist yourself, it might be best if you don't ask her for an explanation after all. But never mind all that. You know what you're gonna need to do. So go out there and do it. The end nears. Let's defeat enemies in the Forbidden Land to pick up words. Okay, it's gathering aether in the current, aether in the kettle again. But I don't think I need to go through all that steps if I don't care about the stats. Cool. Fire effect is very fitting for Pyros. Alright, I think that's all. Okay, now to move on to Blue Mage. Go over here and repair, since I noticed I'm a little bit low on my gear. Not really that low, but may as well do it while I'm here. Okay, to Limsilimits then. Pyrus was a lot of fun. I didn't really enjoy Pagos because it was kind of a pain to navigate, and the fates felt like they took forever to spawn. Pyrus was a lot more fun. Blue Mage quest should be around here, according to my mini-map. It always takes a bit to load in when I'm in Limsa. There we go. Out of the blue. A yellow jacket in need is a yellow jacket indeed. That rhymes. You there, would I be right in guessing you're an adventurer? If so, I've got a request to make. I've had reports of some charlatan claiming to be a Blue Mage, whatever that's supposed to be. He could be a blue-arsed wharf rat for all I care. But I hear he's selling so-called soul crystals to adventurers for a tidy sum. Apparently they're meant to give the holder all sorts of mystical powers, which is a load of chocobo shite according to a dozen or so dissatisfied customers. You see, spells and whatnot are not really my field of expertise, which is why I want you to help me investigate. I need you to tell me whether these crystals are the genuine article. If they turn out to be fakes, I'll arrest him on charges of fraud, and you'll receive fair payment for your assistance. If they by some miracle end up doing what he claims, you might be able to pick up a new parlor trick or two. So, are you in? Very good. We've received word he's gauging passersby by some Summerford Farms. I'll meet you there. I've never heard that word in my life. Yeah, I'm interested to see what Blue Mage is all about. From what I know, it's like you have to collect different spells. And I also know that they're super OP and you can solo some content with Blue Mage. You can solo content that's meant for groups. Because I know the level cap is lower than actual level cap, and they always keep it that way because of how OP they are. We got there just in time. Looks like he's about to make his pitch. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The name's Martin, and today I present to you a wonder of the New World. I call it Blue Magic. Beyond the Indigo Deep live the Wallaki, who have their own unique brand of spellcasting. Like white and black magic, it draws on aether from our surroundings, but that's where the similarities end, my friends. I'm sure you've all seen wild creatures lashing out with fire, ice, and what have you. It's a form of self-defense, you see, but it's still magic. The Wallaki discovered how to harness aether in the same way, and wield the forces of nature. But how? I hear you cry. It's simple. You have to attune your mind to the instincts of the beast. When a creature is driven to attack, you can see into its soul. When you overcome it in battle, you absorb some of its aether and make its power your own. Of course, it's not as easy as picking fights with the local wildlife, but my Wallaki mentors taught me well, and now it's my turn to teach you. Behold, the power of blue magic. Whew. Laser beams. By the 12, did you see that? I thought you'd be impressed. Now before anyone asks why it's called blue magic, let me tell you. For the Wallaki, this color holds special meaning, sacred even. Seen as this ain't white or black magic, it seemed like the perfect fit. I suppose you're all also wondering what you need to become a blue mage like me. Well, for starters, you'll be wanting one of these, a soul crystal. Don't forget a specially designed outfit to help you look the part. I'll even throw in one of these spell books, personally penned by yours truly, containing everything you need to know about learning blue magic. I've got enough for you, all of you, but you'd better snap them up before it's too late. Are you lot really that dense? Can't you see he's playing you for fools? Drive the beast to attack? Or like run headlong into battle with only a silly blue costume for protection? Of course, no one can claim it's fraud when they're at the bottom of some creature's belly. We feast on your flesh, smoothskins. Your gods cannot save you now. All of you, stay back. I like his stash. The knight like the chest. No more. Please spare us. They never stood a chance. Bugger all this swords and shields nonsense. I'm giving blue magic a try. There's definitely something fishy going on here, and the arrival of those Mulja was a little too timely for my liking. Come on, let's see where he goes next. Yeah, timing was a little suspicious. Whether it's fraud or not, it seems kind of like a bad move to send people into battles without any spells. It looks like he's heading for the Morabi dry docks. Follow me. Oh wow, I'm all the way over here. Feels a little nostalgic traveling back here, since this was where I started the game. Started as an arcanist at first. According to one of the guards, this Martin character has been skulking around the docks over the last few days. Apparently, he's been begging for leftovers from the mess hall. Considering that he's making Gil hand over fist from gullible adventurers, this strikes me as more than a little odd. Anyway, he was last spotted making his way to the Salt Strand. Let's go. Suspicious. What if he's in debt or something? He's trying to pay back the debt. Just as I suspected, he's up to no good. Why else would he come all the way to a place like this? Oh, he's talking with the Mamulja. Martin, you say you'd be less violent this time. That was very violent. Very violent indeed. It all adds to the realism. And you lads did a great job. Your gods cannot save you now. Nice improvisation. That one bloke damn near shat himself. I think we've seen enough. So he was acting. Hold it right there. I'm placing you under arrest on charges of fraud. Fraud? This is all a big misunderstanding. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. The game's up. The same goes for you two. I knew you were in cahoots from the very beginning. As for those crystals, I'm about as convinced by them as I was by your acting. Say what you will about our sales technique, but there's nothing dodgy with the merchandise. I'll have you know I poured my heart and soul into those crystals, and the spellbooks explained how to learn the magic. It ain't my fault if the buyers can't be arsed to read them. If you're thinking about clapping me in irons over the outfits not providing enough protection, I can assure you they were tailored especially with the needs of a Blue Mage in mind. I'll admit, I had to cut a few corners to keep the costs down, but still. It all boils down to whether the soul crystals are genuine or not. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you try this blue magic of his? Come on, mate. Don't be shy. Once you've learned your first spell, you'll know I ain't pulling your leg. I'll even let you borrow one of the outfits. Oh yeah. Oh yes, very fetching. While you've been getting changed, Latulja and Gahilja have been luring over a nice, cooperative baby kraken to teach you water cannon. The bait's been laid, so one should turn up at any moment now. Run away, run away. That's a bit on the big side, lads. Not to worry. All you have to do is give it a few licks with the patented blue magic focus, or stick if you prefer, and our tentacled friend here will return the favor by firing possibly quite painful jets of water at you. Oh, and try not to die. I'm interested how this works. Guessing you have to get hit by the spell that they're casting. And then you can learn it myself. I'm just smacking him with it. Did I just beat him to death with a rod? Impressive. After that little escapade, you should be able to fire your very own water cannon. By the by, you don't, strictly speaking, need to be struck by the magic you're trying to learn. But that'll probably happen whether you want it to or not. Oh, okay, so you don't have to be hit by the spell in order to learn it. In some cases, repeatedly. As long as you're the one the beast's after, its power should be yours, assuming you can defeat it. You see, this is what most people don't realize about becoming a Blue Mage. When you start out, you're like a blank slate. It takes a fair amount of bravery, to stare these creatures down and look into their souls. It's a shame that not all of my customers have your determination. That's hardly grounds for calling me a fraud. You don't think he's telling the truth, do you? Now that's settled. I'll be having my wares back, if you don't mind. Gahilja and Latulja very sorry about Kraken. We not expect such a large one. Smooth skin courageous indeed. What's that? You still don't believe me? To be honest, mate, I don't know what more I can do. Tell you what, why don't I give you a soul crystal, outfit, and spellbook for free? That way, as a fully fledged Blue Mage, you can act as living proof of my innocence. Sound fair to you? Yep. I'll gladly take it for free. Open the Blue Mage's magic spellbook under character in the main menu to assign active actions. Blue Mage arms generally have no effect on your attributes. However, equipping armor and accessories that boost your intelligence will greatly increase the damage dealt by your offensive magic. If you lose your Blue Mage gear, replacements can be purchased from Calamity Salvagers in Limsa, Gridania, and Ulda. Cool. True blue attire coffer. Should be able to equip this. To equip the soul of the Blue Mage, you must first change your class to Blue Mage. So I have to equip the weapon. Cool. And equip all the armor. Rather than gaining new actions by increasing the level, Blue Mages learn them from their enemies. To acquire an ability, you must witness your foe perform a specific attack before defeating it. The actions you learn are recorded in the Blue Mage spellbook, found under character in the main menu. Spells must be registered as active actions and set to a hotbar before they can be used. You may register up to 24 spells at once. Checking the box next to a spell will add it to the list of active actions. From there, they can be set to a hotbar. The Blue Magic spellbook details the attack type and aspect of each action. You can also view hints on where to acquire spells that you have yet to discover. In addition, if you use the Duty Finder to enter duties with level sync or item sync level sync enabled, the chance of acquiring spells from the corresponding enemies is significantly increased. Unlike most other weapons, Blue Mage arms generally have little effect on a character's attributes. However, the intelligence gained from armor and accessories provides a much larger increase in offensive magic compared to other jobs. I see, so I want to collect lots of intelligence armor. Blue leading the blue. Martin's freedom hangs in the balance, and only you can prove his innocence. Well, I suppose you'd better show this yellow jacket that getting smacked about by a mad kraken wasn't a waste of time after all. Just take aim at Latulja and fire off a water cannon. If anyone knows how a proper blast feels, it's him. Gods know he's been on the receiving end enough times. This is the only way? Oh, why can't we fire on that crab over there? Well, I guess that's level 13 and I'm level 1, so that wouldn't be a good idea. Please avoid maiming Latulja too severely. Let's see. Blue Magic Spellbook. How many are there in total? 124. Dang. That's a lot. Oh, I see. It tells you where to learn it. Brave Flox's long stop. Dragon's neck. Cool. Oh, I saw an Alexander one in there. Awesome. Cool. Painful, yet refreshing. Refreshing, yet painful. See? I was telling the truth, wasn't I? Well then, we'd best be going. It's been a pleasure. Not so fast, you blue-haired twit. I'll admit, the spell worked as you said it would. But you can't sell those soul crystals without adequately explaining the risks. It's irresponsible. Someone might even call it deliberately neglectful. You're not under arrest, but from this day forth, you're strictly forbidden from peddling any more of your wares. If I hear you've sold so much as a blue handkerchief, I will hunt you down and throw you behind bars. For your aid in the investigation, you have my thanks. Fare you well. I don't bloody believe it. Just as I was beginning to turn a half-decent profit. Well, well, that was quite the show, darlings. Who's this? Neither black nor white magic, but something new entirely. Blue magic. Yes, it's sure to draw a crowd, as you've amply demonstrated. Who might you be? The name's Royce, and I imagine the Celestium in Ul'dah. It's an arena where daring young souls such as yourselves perform feats of bravery for the audience. Unlike the Colosseum, the vast majority of the entertainment pits man against beast, with the matches being brought to an end before either side suffers any serious injury. While our patrons revel in the thrill of combat, acts of wanton brutality and bloodshed are considered distasteful. Rather than savagery and slaughter, our appeal lies in personas that our participants assume to add a touch of drama to the proceedings. However, I'm not one to settle for a mere modicum of success. My goal is to make the Celestium renowned the world over. To that end, I've been searching for something truly unique, and that is when word of this blue magic of yours reached my ears. Martin, my blue bundle of crowd-pleasing wonderment. How would you like to be the very first contestant in the Masked Carnival? It'll be an event pitting your magic against a host of bestial foes. Listen, this is serious stuff. I didn't go through all the trouble of learning all these spells to entertain a bunch of goppin' spectators. Paying spectators, my dear. Some of them are quite wealthy, in fact, and you stand to earn rather a lot of coin. Now you're talking my language. I say, darling, where are you going? I was about to make you the same offer. Haha, I hate to burst your bubble, love, but my apprentice here's barely taken the first step on the road to becoming a Blue Mage. Wouldn't want him meeting a grisly end in the middle of your arena, wouldn't we? She just said it's non-fatal. Once I've learned some more blue magic, I'll win for sure. That's the spirit. I'm in no rush. Let's take as much time as you need with our preparations. Perhaps you could oversee his training between matches. Training? That weren't part of the deal. Oh, I'm not asking you to do it for free, my dear. Quite the contrary. You'll pay me for that too? Consider it done. That's what I like to hear, Martin. Now, let's get you to Ul'dah for your costume fitting. Come along. I have to wear a costume as well? I've got a bad feeling about this. You just want some money without any of the effort. You don't want to wear no dang costume. Just occurred to me that I never asked whether you actually want to take part in the masked carnival. Are you willing to endure Martin's training regime in preparation for the greatest performance of your life? Yes, you've made the right choice, my dear. I have high hopes for you. As for your illustrious mentor, I believe he should be ready to make his grand entrance any moment now. I'll be honest with you, it's a bit more extravagant than what I'm used to. Color's not bad, I suppose. You look marvelous, my dear. Everyone, feast your eyes on the great Azuro. Eh? What's that supposed to mean? Well, nothing, really. But it lends a certain degree of panache to your stage persona. No offense, darling, but the great Martin doesn't have quite the same ring to it. You'll be playing the role of an enigmatic nobleman who has deigned to grace the Celestium with his outlandish magics. Oh, where are my manners? I never asked your name. Jaguar, We should come up with something a little more inspiring before you step into the arena. Ah yes, I have some information concerning you two gentlemen. As you may have heard, Ul'dah has a law that bans members of most beast tribes from entering the city. It was mainly to keep out goblin merchants, you see. I've pored over, well, had someone else pore over the documents, and it seems there's no mention of the Mamulja whatsoever, meaning you are free to stay as long as you please. That's funny. Ul'dah didn't include them in the law because they never have Momolja over in this region of the world. Well, with that, I think my work here is done for the time being. Martin, I leave Jaguar in your presumably capable hands. Best of luck. I'll admit, I didn't think this is how things would turn out, but what's life without a few surprises, eh? So it looks like I'll be guiding you on the path to becoming a Blue Mage. I get the impression you're no stranger to getting up close and personal with fearsome beasties, but when it comes to mastering the Wallachi's techniques, you've got a long way to go. It's the creatures themselves who will be doing all the teaching, though, and the spellbook will point you in the right direction. Of course, I wouldn't be much of a mentor if I just said, come back when you've got a few more spells under your belt. Seems like you need something specific to aim for. Tell you what, why don't you start by learning Blood Drain? And who knows, it might even come in handy. Oh, it nearly slipped my mind. There are a few spells that you can only learn from creatures in the New World. Lucky for you, Gahilja has brought with him a fine selection of totems infused with their aether. Save you a trip across the Indigo Deep. Wait, New World? Isn't that where Dawn Trail takes place? Interesting, so there's mention of it this far back in Stormblood. No getting your hands dirty from fighting off fiends. Just absorb the aether and the magic is yours. Naturally, we're not going to just give them to you, since you're still only a novice. Wouldn't want you biting off more than you could chew. Do you think you're ready? Talk to Gahilja. Gahilja very impressed by Jaguar's bravery when Kraken appeared. Now Jaguar must impress with skills as Blue Mage, if you want these totems. You heard the man. There's a whole world of spells waiting for you. Let's go and start learning. Cool. Atulja and Gahilja know Martin for many years, guide him around New World as we did. Now we assistants. Pay not so good, sometimes dangerous too. But we like Martin anyway. Okay, so I need to make it to level 10 for the next quest. So I said I need to learn Blood Drain. Does it tell me the names of the spells? Can you tell me where to learn Blood Drain? Martin writes spellbook to help novices like you tell where to learn blue magic. Why some of names of creatures missing from book, you say? Like Wallachi, Martin spends much time in the forest, deserts, plains, and fight many beasts. This part of training, he says. Strong mage casts strong spells. Jaguar must become strong too. Jaguar should not complain. This book very rare. Not many copies out there, so try not to lose it. Yeah, he didn't say anything about where exactly I need to... Oh, here it is. Blood Train, number 17. We're to learn Lower Lenosha. Alright, cool. So I guess I'll go there and start leveling. So that means I need to find an enemy that uses Blood Train in order to learn the spell from them. I'm only level 1 at this point, so I'll have to start by killing these level 1 enemies. Seems like it's going to be a lot of fun collecting all these different spells. It just says Lower Lenosha, so it could be anywhere in this zone. Doesn't give any specific clues on where. Early levels are going by pretty fast. Arc level 4. guess the plan at this point is to fight a bunch of different enemies and see what could possibly cast Blood Drain. Keep killing stuff as I walk by. Seems like something like an imp would have. I don't know that there's any imps in this These some level 7s. Could probably take them on as a level 6. Let's check the K-Wing. Might be some enemies in there that use Blood Drain. Seems like the kind of place that would have creepy type enemies. Some bats in here. Oh hey, got that. Oh, the bat's what gave Blood Drain. Cool. Now I just need to hit level 10. Gotta get a mount set up. I'll get this one to fit the blue theme. Blue magic, blood drain. To the draining of blood, the spell saps the foe's aether, portion of which is then absorbed by the caster. In nature, such habits first appeared in creatures such as bats and chagos, who naturalists theorize developed the ability to absorb nutrients via blood over the course of centuries. Cool. Deals 50 damage and restores NP. Got it. Well, I can do this fade over here. That might give a decent chunk of XP. Yeah, it doesn't do much damage, so I only need to use that if I'm low on NP. Are there any other spells around that I could be getting? There's one in Middle Lenosha somewhere. This is cool. It's like a treasure hunt, scavenger hunt. Try and find these spells. Yeah, so I'll go and try to find this one, number 19, in Middle Lenosha. No clues as to what it could be, so I guess I've just got to kill enemies until I learn something. Seemed like the one I learned from the bat dropped immediately. It's supposed to have a drop chance, so I could probably kill a few of each type of enemy. But I'll go and find some that are close to my level, so I'm getting some XP in the process. crabs will give me anything. Solo's big crab. Let's find out. 1v1 me. Don't have any sort of healing abilities at this point. That's not good. Half health and he's only at 74%. A wisp. Maybe I could get final sting. Do a crap ton of damage. Oh, this is level 13. I'm level 9. I don't think I can kill that yet. Oh, here's some regular wisps. Fight these instead. Wait and heal up a bit before I fight that next one. This person's doing his fate. Now I can join in. Nice. Give me almost enough XP to level up. There we go. Level 10. should be able to do my next Blue Mage quest. Go ahead and put this on a button so I can easily click it. Blue Mage is pretty cool, Pawn Shop. I think I'm really gonna like this a lot. Kind of like a scavenger hunt. To find all the spells. Blue collar work. Martin has found time between performances to train you in the ways of blue magic. Well, well, if it ain't my gifted apprentice, Jaguar. Before you say anything, let me guess. You're here because you've learned to blood train and you want to hear my next bit of advice. I'm right, aren't I? The next step is to... It's him! The great Azuro! Someone's heard of him already? It's like all my name days have come at once. Please, say it for us one more time. Haha, how could I refuse my adoring public? Ahem. Master of knowledge beyond the comprehension of mere mortals, and wielder of arcane magics as unfathomable as the deepest ocean. Hearken, foul beasts, the indomitable keeper of the blue has come. 'Tis I, the great Azuro. He said it. He actually said it. Sorry about that. Just doing my bit to keep the coin rolling in. Where were we? Ah, yes. I know a great spot for a bit of training. Meet me at the Spineless Basin. I'll explain everything when we get there. Glad to see you survived the trek. I hope the hornets didn't give you any bother. In fact, they're the reason we're here. There are some especially angry ones that would be perfect targets for practicing your blue magic. They're tough, but not too tough. Some folk call them man-eaters, but I think that's an exaggeration. Anyway, why not give Blood Train a try? It'll draw out some of the enemy's aether to help you cast more spells. Yeah, but I don't really need MP at this point. Water cannon doesn't use enough NP to make me need more. Oh, this specific spot I have to go to. Probably useful when you get spells that use up a lot of energy. Thank you, Great Azero, for getting rid of that pesky hornet. He was a right nasty bastard if I ever saw one. Here's your payment, as agreed. Ah, I didn't see you there. How goes the training? Maybe one day I can get paid for doing nothing too. Come on, don't be like that. You had a chance to hone your skills. That bloke can go about his business without being stung to buggery. If he's willing to part with a few gil for it, then who am I to say no? Once we get back to Ul'dah, I'll divvy up the earnings. I'll see you outside the Celestium. Wow, cold. Did all the work and I didn't even get paid. Ah, there you are. What took you so long? Showing signs of improvement, but you want a few more tricks up your sleeve before you can step into the arena. Those pit fiends don't mess about. I reckon what you need is Mind Blast. Once you've learned that, come and find me. We'll continue your training. And here's your payment for the hornet you put down. Think I'm being stingy? Listen, mate, I've already subtracted the fees for your training. If I charged any less, I'd be cutting my own throat. Sure, I doubt that. Dang, so I need to learn another spell before I can go into the arena. Tamtara Deepcraft, so I have to go into a dungeon for this one. Okay, so it looks like up to 49 is a Realm Reborn content, and then it goes into Heavensward content starting at 50 and onwards. Yeah, there's still 2 in Middle Inertia, so I think I'll go try to find those. Number 8 and number 19. Haven't killed these water sprites yet. Maybe they drop a spell. Fighting water with water. These jackals. Maybe they drop something. Hard to know exactly how many of these to kill before going to the next mob, since they have random drop chance. Seems like the ones in the dungeons and raids will be a little bit easier to find. there, you just kill everything in the dungeon, and if it doesn't drop, then you do it again. Might as well work on some fates to level up some more. Oh, there's these things. These things seem like something that might drop a spell. Try that bee cloud too. Clouds over here. There's also this ravine area. Any type of unique monsters this way? Smell water sprites. Already killed a few of them and got dropped. They're around my level, so I'll kill a bit more. Stats don't really matter for Blue Mage aside from intellect typing. I just used food just for the XP. killed any of these yet. See if they drop anything. Oh, there's Goopus in this zone. Those seem like they might drop something. Also high enough level at this point I can go and kill the killer wasps. There's goblins over here too. So many different types of creatures in the sun. Ah, I got one. Bomb toss. Post number 19. The spell creates an ethereal replica of the sort of bomb preferred by goblins. Of course, goblin bombs acquire their combustive force through the use of magically enhanced gunpowder, so mimicking this effect with aether alone requires no small amount of effort, but the results are explosive. Okay, so this is good for AoE damage. Potency of 200 for the first enemy, and potency of 100 for all remaining enemies. Let's test it out. Ooh, and it stuns them. That's really good. Seems like it'll be very useful for dungeons. Let's go and kill the killer wasps now. See if they drop anything. Things have a lot of health. We're only one level below them. Wait, Denai, is that you? Oh, awesome. This must be your NA account. Love the mount. This little Shibu Inu puppy. I wanted to pet the dog. Cool. What is that? Is that a purple pig with hair? That is amazing. Baby behemoth. Oh, your UI's messed up. Gotcha. That is an awesome minion. Killer Wasp is back. Yeah, your ult in NA. Yeah, that's what I meant. Still have one more. Number 8 in Middle Lenosha. Oh, a Spriggan. Cool. Let's see, what haven't I killed yet here? I've killed some wild jackals. Alright, pawn shop. Thanks. See you later. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Or night. Alright, cool. Did I enjoy your breakfast? Time for dinner for me. Gotcha. I haven't killed these wolf rats. They don't seem like the kind of thing that would drop an ability, though. Doesn't hurt to kill a few just in case. Nah, I don't really think rats would drop an ability. Same thing with lambs, but might as well try. Blueberries, though, those I definitely feel like have ability potential. Maybe they drop like a moss sneeze ability. Anything in this cave? Oh, there is different types of enemies in here. They're these. I wonder if these drop anything. Wonder what else in this zone I haven't killed yet. So far, all the spells I have gotten, I've gotten it on like the third or fourth kill. So I'm guessing they don't have too high of a drop chance. So if I've killed like a good handful, then I can write that species off as not having a spell. I've only killed 2 of these so far. Maybe I should kill 2 or 3 more. There's these rams in here that I haven't fought yet. Or buffalo, not rams. Maybe I'll learn a headbutt from these. Just charge head first into my enemies. Maybe I'll just gain an unreasonable hatred for the color red for no reason. Wait, no, that's bulls, not buffalo. I feel like I've killed everything in this area a few times. I'm still not sure where the last spell is. So I'm just gonna Google this one. Blue Mage spell number 8. Aha, it is the killer wasps. Alright, so now I know what it is. I've just gotta kill wasps until I get it. I wonder if you have to be the same level as the enemy or higher in order to get the spell. 'Cause I think several of these wasps I killed when I was level 12. And this is level 13. Either that, I just got really unlucky with the drop chance. wasps are being stubborn with not wanting to drop the spell. Is there another one? Oh dang. Crab and a jackal got mad at me. They did not like me being in their personal space. Nice. Got lucid dreaming. These wasps really don't want me to take their spell. say, this is quite a therapeutic experience. Killing wasps over and over again. Because I hate wasps. Alright, I'll kill this one last boss, but if it doesn't drop the spell, I will end the stream there. It's getting pretty late. Alright, I will end the stream there. Blue Mage is a lot of fun. Yeah, I definitely want to try to collect all the spells. It's like a fun little scavenger hunt. I'll probably be doing more Blue Mage streams in the future. Especially the dungeons and raids. That sounds fun. Be fun to gather group of other Blue Mages and go in there, grab some spells. Alright, next week I will be doing Hydatos, the last section of Eureka, and after that probably Hildebrand. Trying to finish out the last bits of bonus content in Stormblood that I'm interested in before I move on to Shadowbringers. So I hope to see you around. Thanks for watching. Take care.